G'day guys and welcome back to the second episode of the Total War podcast. We're joined today with some of the top YouTubers, and first off, kicking off is SaphirePhoenix.
Hey guys, it's SaphirePhoenix here. Some of you is Alex as well. I do a lot of third age Total War. I've been doing a bit of Empire, Mass Effect as well, and yeah, it's great to be here.
Okay, cool. So also next up we have ColdMeat.
Hey, what's up, folks? Aldi, always ColdMeat here with balls and honor. Thank you for asking me to join the podcast, Marcus.
No problem, mate. Okay, so following up is White Eagle.
Hey guys, I'm just a small YouTuber and I'm really pleased to be here on this podcast.
Okay, cool. Also joining us is the Sentient.
Hey guys, what's up? Senior Sits here again, and what I do is do stainless steel mod, and I do a Darth mod for Empire Total War.
Okay, awesome. Following him is JackieFish.
Hey guys, I mainly do Mountain Blade, a bit of Rome, Total War, and just all the Total War games really, because they're awesome.
Okay, and lastly is myself, Marcus, also known as Mr. Mate 111. I do a lot of Total War games and just different games in general. So today we're kicking it off with the topic of the Total War mods, which have risen to prominence over the last couple of years, by adding replayability and diversity to the already awesome games. Some of the biggest ones we have are the famous Darth mod, Miscellaneous Steel, and of course the Third Age Total War conversion for Medieval 2. So we're going to be covering a lot of different aspects of the modding community and stuff like that. Specific mods, all of the hosts today, their favorite mods, and some of the bigger news coming out from the modding community, and just a general overlook of the modding scene at the moment, and what we hope Rome Total War 2 can bring to the table. So first off, anyone want to kick us off with a favorite mod?
What favorite mode? I can kick this off. I think probably you guys probably all played Third Age. I want to talk about Third Age. Alex, you played Third Age, right?
Definitely. I definitely want to talk about Third Age.
Do you want to talk about positive stuff about Third Age or negative stuff about Third Age?
I think we should do a bit of both. A bit of variety to it, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, because I gotta tell you guys, I'm a bit of a no guy, and I'm a bit of complainer kind of guy. When it comes to mode, I like the stuff to work well, and that's if you want my favorite. I like this mode. I like Third Age, but there's a lot of couple things. Actually just not a couple things, but there's a bunch of things that I don't really like about the mode. Alex, I think you're one of the. I wouldn't say you're not the first playing Third Age, but you've been playing Third Age for a long time, huh?
Yeah, I've been playing for Third Age at least 2 years now, I think. Been playing it for a long time. But as you said, I'm not the first person to play it. There's been other people before me.
No, but you got great gameplay. Sorry, and what about you guys, White Eagle, Sentient, Jackie? You guys play Third Age a little bit?
Oh yeah, I played a lot.
Sure.
I've actually played some of the sub-mods as well. I think they can sort some of the problems. There was like Barons to Medis a while ago, but I think it's discontinued. But there were other ones, and then they really improve and add loads of like little scripts and things that improve the gameplay. Have you tried them?
I haven't installed any of the Baron stuff, because one of my big thing about those modes is, well, this mode in particular, because now the new modes coming out are doing really well, but this mode doesn't install well with Steam. That's what I found out. Do you guys have any problem installing this?
Well, for me, I didn't have a problem because I had Medieval 2 and Kingdoms on disc, so it was a pretty straightforward setup. But yeah, I did a tutorial for it, and every single problem people have been with the Steam version. Trying to install it on Steam, it's always with the Steam problems.
No, on
So I
my
think they
side,
need
I
to
hope.
address that.
I think so, and I think maybe the new version, because there's a new version coming soon. If we take example on the Dart modes, because we'll be, like Marcus say, we'll be talking about the Dart modes after that, because I think we all play the Dart modes on different Total War game,
Yeah,
right?
for sure,
Yep.
yeah.
I think it's important that they make sure that the Steam installation is working well, and it's actually maybe the default installation on the thing. Not a lot of people like you, Alex, actually have the disc available to buy, and like me, I don't want to wait for 4 weeks delivery from, you know, whatever service that can sell me the disc. I'm sorry. That's a bit long. That's a bit long. I'd like to be able to download it, install it with Steam, and play and appreciate the thing right away. That's one of my big difficulty I have right now with most of the Total War modes.
Well, yeah, for sure. Steam's probably the biggest provider. You know, digital distribution's the quickest growing form of getting the games out there. So obviously, Creative Assembly is going to focus on pushing the games there, and I'm sure that the future modders are going to look to having it work a lot better with Steam, rather than having people constantly complain and stuff like that. Though in a general sense, I don't think it's too bad. Like, it's not horrific to the point
Yeah,
mods aren't working.
It's just sad.
It's
You're
a bit
right,
frustrating.
Yeah.
There's ways around it there's ways around it that you can still install it. I installed it, I'm playing it, but it's just for somebody that's not really computer savvy, that doesn't know how to move files around and modify stuff. It's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult, and I think it's closing doors to a lot of you guys, Total War players, that would like to try those modes.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, does anyone want to give some more in-depth details on their favorite aspects of the Third Age mod? Like their factions or things they can improve, stuff like that.
My favorite would be the customized cities like Minas Tirith and Edoras, etc.
With 3.2, they recently with 3.2, sorry, they recently brought in several more personalized ones as well now. Like they've brought in Caer Andros. That was recently brought in. I think there's a few more, but I haven't actually read them yet. Caer Andros was recently brought in as well. They've got some new ones.
I found the new Moria a bit of a pain. I gotta tell you guys.
Yeah.
It's the camera, I think, for me, more than anything. It just drops randomly whenever I'm moving around. It completely throws me off when I'm playing the game. Completely throws me off.
I don't like the Rivendell.
You don't like Rivendell? What's happening in Rivendell? I haven't seen Rivendell, custom settlement. What does it look like? Is it good?
It looks exactly how it looks in the movie. There's two main issues with it. The first one is probably that you can't actually put your troops in very many places. When you're restricted in places, it'll come up with a big X as your cursor. There's a lot of that involved. And the other thing, just like with Moria, is the camera. It's a bit on and off sometimes, but it's not too bad, but it's not exactly the best that they've made.
Yeah, I still like it though. It's really nice to look at and play.
Well, yeah, it's a massive undertaking. Well, what they've done, it's a awesome conversion of the game. Like, I'm sure when the game first came out, no one expected. Everyone had that dream though. I'm sure of those the Lord of the Rings fans. It's a perfect fit, Lord of the Rings and the playstyle of the Total War games. But what they've done so far is awesome.
Wasn't there one for Rome Total War?
Yeah, the original one.
You played that, yeah.
You got like Nazguls and stuff.
Isn't it the fourth? That's called the Fourth Age, I think.
Yeah, Fourth Age. Yeah.
That's good stuff. I played it too. But Third Age is just a bit. One positive thing about Third Age, I think, are the units and the models. It's really well done. I like watching my troops in fight. It's really well done.
But I have to say the Uruk-hai were some awesome looking units, man.
Yeah.
The Berserkers are insane.
Yeah, just having them coming up the ladders and stuff and just cleaving people in half. As they did that really well, and all the Warg Riders and stuff.
I actually think the one thing I have a problem with, you mentioned ladders, the fact that trolls can climb ladders in the game. Every time.
They should have maybe just remodeled the ladder a little bit. Maybe make it larger, or do it Uruk-hai, or like Mordor style, something a bit larger, dark and gray. Massive ladders. That would have been really nice. Another thing I found really cool about this. Hold on. Yeah, I got the models I really like. One thing I like, but I sometimes dislike when I play, is the spawning script when you siege any places. Or when you siege, let's say, a capital. Let's say, I'll give you example for Dol Guldur, for some orc cities, for Moria. I mean, there's 3 units in it. You siege it, all of a sudden, 20. Where are those freaking orcs coming from?
Yeah, I think that's the garrison script. That's one of the things that can be fixed with, you know, the submods. But like I said, if the Steam thing's stopping you, not much you can do.
I mean, the garrison scripts, I think that's originally put there to make the AI more challenging, but I think it just makes it far too. It's ridiculous half the time. You think that something is completely undefended, and you go and attack, and bam, there's 20 units right there.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Especially if they're elves.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, I got a surprise in Imladris not a long time ago. I gotta say that that pissed me off. I mean, I'm ready to get in. I'm ready to get in with 16 unit, and all of a sudden I'm facing 22. That's just no way. No way. Let me kill Elrond, please. Or Agent Elrond I always talk about. But it's a really good mode though.
Yeah.
Overall,
It
it's
is a very good mod.
Yeah.
It's possibly one of the best out there at the moment.
No,
There was a mod, is it King Kong or something? That's what he goes by. Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy that goes by okay, well, JackieFish, you wanna start off another mod that you've been enjoying?
There's some old school ones like Roma Surrectum too, for Rome Total War, which is one I personally love because I'm a massive Roman nerd, like all the Roman history I love. So yeah, that mod just makes it a whole different game from playing Rome Total War and without it being modded, and then going on to that, it's just amazing, like how much they've done, all the skins, all the factions. It is pretty crazy.
So
Yeah,
if I install... Yeah, go ahead.
I thought it brought like a whole new layer of like tactics and stuff to it. You know, the units acted a lot better. They also had like, you know, just the variety of units and stuff like that. Also, I think the whole like it added a lot more realistic economics and stuff to the game, which for me it made it really hard when I came back to it because I hadn't played the original Rome Total War for a long time. Then I finally started like a let's play with it with Roma Surrectum, and you know, I got my ass handed to me within the first like 3 turns by the free peoples and stuff, and you know I couldn't control the economy and it was hard. I had Hannibal like raiding everything, so yeah.
Well, I got a question for you.
I recently downloaded it as well.
I got a question for you.
You go ahead.
Yeah, you guys, I know you guys played it. Is that gonna help me wait for Rome 2 Total War if I install that?
Yeah, man,
Yes,
I'd have to say,
Yeah.
for sure.
But make sure you only play it on medium because it's not meant to be played on very hard. I found that out the hard way when Gaul have like
difficult.
7 stacks of full troops, and you kill one, and then like another 4 turn up,
yeah,
and then you go into them, and you go into the notes and you read that it's only supposed to be played in medium.
It happens anyway, though. They have 7 anyway, no matter what difficulty. They just keep coming.
Yeah, it's just wave after wave of these free people. It's just like, stop, leave me alone for once.
And then you run out of people, you run out of manpower, and then it's
Yeah.
bad.
Soldiers with arms hurt from swinging their swords all day and shit. Yeah.
I do have one issue with it though, and that's that there is a bug in the mod that I found actually the other day, because I recently installed it, played a Roman campaign really far into it, and now the game crashes every time the Seleucid Empire takes their turn, because one of these generals is apparently invisible in the mod, and every time it attacks it causes the game to crash, and I can't do anything. I can't assassinate him or send a diplomat and bribe him or anything. The only way to get around it would be disable the AI using the little console command thing as a cheat, but I think that's probably the only issue I have with it.
Yeah, so far I haven't run into like any game breaking bugs or anything. All the turns are quick and everything. There's no big issue with that. I don't think it's ever crashed on me yet. So it seems to be pretty well made.
Did anyone play Europa Barbarorum? It's quite like it, but like really historically accurate. Like they spent ages researching everything.
Yeah, I heard about this one. What are the difference with Roma Surrectum? Would you play Roma Surrectum or would you play this mode instead? Because
Well, I played both of them and they seem really similar. Yeah.
I mean, you mean in
both quite hard.
Troops campaign map? You mean in Troops campaign maps, or really battle difficulties and?
I'd say they're really similar, but Europa Barbarorum has just loads of information and stuff, and all the troops is very, very historically accurate. It's like a model of the time period, almost.
So if you're an history buff, you're gonna love the thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So I'm not getting into this one. The thing is, I'm looking for Rome Total War mode. The one I played was the Darth mode. So Darth mode 8.1 for Rome Total War. It's not a big change on the game. There's a couple more models. There's a couple little things in the campaign map. You can make your units a bit bigger, but that's about it. There's not a big change on it. So it's a nice starter or noob mode for Rome Total War.
Yeah, because like Rome Resurrectum is no place for someone that's just coming into Total War, you know.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
It's because they boost up all the defense stats. Like, so instead of having like 4 defense, the unit will have 54. So it just the battle's gone for hours because no one's dying.
Yeah.
But it does make the game epic and the fights last very, very long, and your units don't run.
Yeah, you'll find that if you have like the battle time limit set on battle time limit, you could be there literally an hour to 2 hours, depending on the size of the armies, obviously, because that's just so hard for the units to kill each other that it just takes so long, like it would in real time. So it's a very hard mod as well. So I wouldn't go into it expecting to be absolutely amazing. Expect a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, well, like we're saying, most of us gave like all the positives other than the bug that you ran into, Phoenix. But overall, it's an amazing mod. Like, and the Europa one, they're both amazing mods. Like, if I had to say, like out of all the mods to check out for Rome, that would be the one I'd say to check out. It gives a massive variety to the game and all that.
I'd agree with that.
Just a question, because I don't know if you guys play the Rome Total Reality RTR, the RTR mode, because that's another Rome mode that looks like a lot of people like.
I think I played it once, and
I played it once
just
as well.
moved over to Rome Resurrectum because it looked a lot better. To be honest, not like I'm sure it's a very, very good mod. I just didn't really get into it.
Same.
That
like
much.
I saw it and I just prefer to stay with Rome Resurrectum. From what I've heard though, I've heard that it brings its own challenges with it. It's not exactly like Rome Resurrectum. But like I said, I've never played it. It doesn't seem like anyone else here has played it. Have you played it yourself, ColdMeat?
No, actually, I'm trying to install it right now. Same Steam problem as always.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
but it's because it's not a new mode. I mean, they're basing it on the first release that probably happened maybe a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. They're just changing the mode, but they don't do the installation thing. They don't change anything to it. So that's why it's a bit hard to install with Steam. But I got it downloaded here, and I don't know which one to go for. So am I going for Roma Resurrectum? Am I going for RTR? Am I going for the what's the other mode again? Sorry, guys.
Europa Barbarorum.
Yeah. So
I
was
put some
wondering
links in the description.
Yeah, I was wondering which mode to go through. So it looks like when we're talking like this, I should go for Roma Resurrectum.
For sure.
No, I would
I would as well. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, well,
yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, I think we'll move on to another interesting mod, which actually Chris brought up to before when we were chatting. I think it's called the Great War mod, and he's got a lot more details on it. So chuck it over to Chris.
All right, this mod was for Napoleon. It's not actually out yet. It's still in beta. I think it's like 4 point something, and the 5.0 is the proper one, and this is like for World War One. And I've played the beta, and it's really amazing. There's like 5 groups of 500 men like charging forward, and they've all got like semi-automatic weapons, and they're charging into machine guns, and there's trenches, and there's going to be planes, I think, and they're going to use the agent mechanics to maybe like bomb buildings and maybe fight other agents, like fighter planes and things. I'm not really sure.
Cool. That sounds really
and I think
cool.
there's going to be tanks, I think, based on horse artillery that are like move fast and then shoot and things. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but they're definitely going to have tanks. And
That sounds like
there's,
they've got
I
a
don't
really
know,
good plan in place.
yeah, the ingenuity and the editing just looks amazing. And they've actually got a project page, a progress page that shows like what they've completed. They've actually got quite a lot done. And that's the mod I'm really looking forward to. That's going to pass me to Rome 2, I think.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I'll take note on that, my friend, definitely, because,
Yep.
and I think we'll have something in the description also to follow that mode.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I took a crack at it before after Chris told me about it, and like he said, it completely changes it, like completely changes the game. And he said it's still in the beta, but
Yeah, it was amazing that I just did some custom battles and had a look at the campaign. Like the ships, they're going to have battleships. I'm not sure if they can change the models, but I did one and the ships were fighting each other from miles away. And it was like, oh, it was amazing. But they had blood and everything, and I just had loads of like Russian troops like charging at some like German machine guns and artillery just to test out and units. And it was actually quite sad. When I was watching it, it was like a war film. You could feel the pain of the soldiers. Like I was watching this one guy, and then like around him, around him, you saw like this massive artillery shell, and all these guys just like flew and blood and everything. I was emotionally really into the game. I was like, this is amazing. I'm really looking forward to when it comes out. It's arguably like World War I would be like the last like large conflict that Total War formula would really work with. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because after that, it really changed. You know.
yeah.
You say that, but who knows what we're going to do in the future? Like you could imagine
That's true.
like going all the way futuristic or something like that. They can do whatever the engine allows them to do. So who knows what they'll do?
I don't think a lot of people were expecting Fall of the Samurai. I personally, I didn't think they were going to do it. I thought they were just going to constantly expand on. Yeah, I thought they were just going to keep pushing that barrier, you know, where the matchlocks comes in.
Mhm.
But I didn't think they would go to the point, you know, with the railway and the Gatling gun and the Armstrong cannons and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was very, very good.
Yeah, that was a
I'm not
huge
sure
change.
if you saw on the forums at all when that was released. I know we're getting a bit off topic, but I just want to quickly say this. That on the forums they were saying that they wanted to boycott Fall of the Samurai, and everyone was like, yeah, let's do it, because everyone was assuming it'd be really bad. And then people actually got their hands on the game and was like, hey, they've actually done quite a good job here. Like they've actually managed to put in the ships and put in everything, all the modern technology, and do it really well. And I think a lot of people were surprised by that. So who's to say they won't be surprised when they do something which they don't expect, like World War One?
Yeah, true. That's very true. Like I think the same thing happened with the initial release of Shogun. Yeah, people had been waiting for a new one, but of course the hype of Rome always like overshadows anything creative somebody tries to release. And I remember most of you probably would have seen it. Just clicking on one of the videos, the top comment all the time is "We want Rome." Total War 2.
Yeah.
But I think you know the massive difference that Shogun brought in terms of the graphics engine and like Napoleon already had, you know, if you zoom in, already has, you know, good animation and stuff, but Shogun just brought it to like another level, and it had, you know, just amazing graphics, you know, just stuff like that. And I think that kept people happy to know. At least now we know that Rome is going to be on this amazing engine.
They're using it. They built a new engine for it because they've been developing it. They get the full 4 years, I believe, they're going to develop it for before they release it. And like Sega's invested £100 million in them, and so that they actually were able to build their own engine. So it just allows them to go into each individual face, and just it's going to be out of this world.
Yeah,
I'm not sure my computer will be able to run it.
Alright, well, before we get too much off topic, we'll get back into the mods. So does anyone else have any other mods I'd like to point out? Justin, you do the stainless steel.
Yeah, it's a really good mod. It really just makes it's really what Medieval 2 should have been, really.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it. You know, like the original was good, and you know it came from Australia, so the creative team here made it. I thought it was good. You know, there's nothing that was majorly wrong with it. And like if you look over all the Total War games, they've learned. You know, they're starting what they need to add to it and stuff like that. But with stainless steel, it is like kind of what you said though. It's what the medieval they should have had in there and stuff like that. And the combat is just amazing, and all the factions and stuff like that. Has anyone else played it?
Yeah, I totally agree with you guys. I totally agree with you guys. It's an excellent mode. a mode that everybody that has Medieval 2 Total War should install and play.
Yeah,
It's
for
just
sure.
great. It's just great. The models, the campaign map, the battles are just better. Just the details you get. You can actually adjust stainless steel as you want it. So you can have rebels that are a bit more aggressive. You can change. You can have real recruitment or not. So it's up to you. There's no need for to cheat anymore in Medieval 2 Total War. You can just adjust stainless steel as you want it. And play it more like an arcade mode a bit if you want. It's just, I really like stainless steel. It's a great mode.
Yeah,
There's
for sure.
something I love about it. The main thing about stainless steel is the way that your generals have like their own like estates and their own money, and they have to supply their own troops by spending that money. So if you go wandering off with an army, it's going to start to run out of supplies when because the general forages the land. And when that land doesn't have any more food, then your men start to starve, and they start to leave you and turn into rebels and go away. And that's something which is really awesome, and something they're bringing into Rome too. So it's awesome. It's quite good how the Creative Assembly look at these mods and they take stuff and think, well, we should do this because people seem to love it, and they put it in their games.
Yeah.
For sure, that's how, you know, that it's like constructive criticism kind of, you know, while at the same time giving to the audience, you know. So that's what the modders do. With the stainless steel though, I think my favorite thing honestly is the ability to let the arrows stay in the ground.
Oh,
Because
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like you just have this massive battle, you know, before even the melee fight starts, and it's just riddled with arrows everywhere, and people are just dead, and massive just fields of arrows, and your soldiers just running through it. But yeah, it adds some good qualities to the game, which, you know, should have been in there, but you know, they did well.
Yeah.
No, and I need to get stainless steel. I'm the only one here who hasn't got it. I need to get it.
Interesting fact, by the way, about Third Age. Third Age was actually the first mod thing which actually showed bowstrings. Because I'm not sure if anyone noticed, if you play the normal medieval, they don't have bowstrings and they don't pull them back. And then like they introduced it in medieval, and then obviously it didn't come in until Shogun 2. Like, because you don't have it when you're fighting Indians. They don't have the bow strings, which is something quite cool, which Third Age did.
Something I never noticed.
Yeah, that's some. You never noticed it? I never noticed that.
I never noticed it either.
Yeah, but now I'm going to notice it if they don't do it. So
You know, random total war fact for the day.
That's good. I'll go back to my games and check that on the first
just
battle.
search through it all.
And when you find out I'm lying.
Or you're playing on like low graphics settings or something.
Yeah, all this time it's just. Alright, I think we'll move on to another mod, and it's probably a mod everyone knows. It's of course the Darth mod. The Darth mod has been there since the beginning, right? With adding different stuff and just creating. I think the main thing the Darth mod did was AI. I think most people would agree. It changed the AI and allowed for a more comprehensive enemy, like more complex enemy actually, and it just changed up the game completely. And the Darth mods have been spanning, I think just Rome. What would you say, ColdMeat? The last version of it was?
The first Dart, well, the last Dart mode that just came out, what is it, maybe 10 days ago, something like that, as you guys maybe are listening to the podcast. The new Empire Total War Dart mode 8.0 came out.
Yep.
Marcus, you played that. Who else played that?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah,
I
Justin's
played it,
playing
not this
and
session.
Yeah. I think both Sentient and myself, we're both doing Let's Plays of it, and it's awesome. You know, it's like basically fixed any issues that were with previous Darth mods, as far as I can tell. AI is better, and it just adds this like another depth of. There's this thing that the Creative Assembly never seemed to get in. You know, I'm not sure. It's because, you know, there's only so much they can do, and obviously the creative Darth mod had much more time. You know, Creative Assembly has to meet a deadline, and they do an awesome job already. So the thing is that they never had like this. The AI never really had a massive response to any of your movements. If you guys are trying to get like what I'm saying and stuff, they never really fluctuate. Like their lines never fluctuated. This is in Empire, of course. And but in this one, you know, as you move forward, they react, and the horses go to different ways, and the artillery will focus on, you know, specific parts of your line to get rid of your heavier units. And yeah, that's awesome. And also another final one that came out was the Napoleon one, which just came out, I think, not too far after or just before. I think it was 2.6. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that was just released with the Epic Edition.
Yes,
So,
you're right.
Epic edition.
yeah. And that added all like new. I'm pretty sure it added all new sounds and the same thing basically what happened in Empire with the AI is a lot better. They try to take the hill from you instead of just, you know, sitting at the bottom or starting off hill camping. They actually try to push you back down off the hill, then melee charge and everything like that. So anyone else had some points on
I have a question. Is this new Darth mod for Empire the same, like an Ultimate Commander update? Because I played Darth mod Ultimate Commander.
Well,
for Empire.
I think it is. I think it is.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just caps off like everything, and that's it for the Darth mod. Like I mean for the Empire Darth mod thing. Anyone else have any like any opinions stuff they want to drop about the Darth mod? Like any of them, spanning from the first one.
I don't know. I played the Empire Darth mode. I played Napoleon Darth mode. We just talked about it. My side, I played the Rome Total War Darth mode also. A bit of the same thing. The thing is, we were talking about, you know, maybe Creative Assembly not coming up with all this great stuff about the AI and huge units and, you know, huge battle, because that's what I find fun about Darth mode. The battle are just epic. Let's repeat that again, epic. I don't think Creative Assembly cannot come up with that kind of thing because they have to think we're probably all playing on some kind of a monster PC machine, all of us, but they have to think about the other guys too that might not have, you know, this kind of big machine and big graphic card to handle something big as the Darth mode.
Well, that's a good point because that also leads to, you know, like obviously people don't know everyone has the hardware, but which, you know, leads to a point where with Rome 2 they've announced that it still holds the same minimum specs as Empire, I think, and they said that they've officially locked it in at that minimum specs for the next, I think, installment as well. And obviously they didn't drop anything else, but that's what they said in the latest interview. I think it's called Rally Point, where they've locked that thing down of the minimum specs, and it's not going to move from that. You know, as long as they're using this engine, it's not going to move from that minimum specs. So, you know, people can be happy with that. But that also brings to a thing where with the mods and stuff, I think Creative Assembly over the last couple of years, I think the biggest example is Shogun. Now Shogun, a lot of, like, I enjoyed it of course, but it looked to be a lot simplified. You know, they didn't want people, the newcomers, to get swamped by, you know, all this other stuff. Like they dropped it down to the, like they even said it to the rock paper scissors thing. You know, the sword beats spear, spear beats cav, all that stuff. So they just dropped it down to that type of thing. So,
I know we've been talking about the Darth modes a little bit. Isn't there any maybe news out about Vader or something and Creative Assembly and this kind of thing? Is it a rumor? Is it real? Is Vader gonna stop modding?
Yeah, well, so over I think it was just the last couple of days actually, news has come up from Darth Vader, the modder himself, and there have been some controversy between him and Creative Assembly. Now, there's no like definite details, so we can't, speak on behalf of either of them. Darth Vader gave a little. It's weird saying Darth Vader, but he gave a little.
We'll call him Vader.
Yeah, Vader. So
Vader.
He gave like a little brief explanation. He said it had something to do with him not being invited to the Modder Summit. Now, I don't know him personally. I can't speak about how he is, but I don't think that he should give up. This we've all just said that Darth Mod basically changed the game and for the better completely. And it seems a bit odd as to why he wasn't invited, being one of the most loved motto there. So he said he's now done with it. Some comments I saw down below, and from what I've looked at on the Total War Center, was that this isn't the first time he said he was retiring, so no one ever knows. And I'm sure that just having Rome Total War 2 there and being him, he's going to spot whatever faults he sees and just creates the next Darth mods.
Yeah, so we should be expecting probably a dark mode for Rome 2 Total War. Maybe not right away though, but we should be expecting that.
That's what I'm betting. Yeah, he'll be back. But yeah,
Great
I think
video.
that Anyone else have any specific mods they want to bring up?
Modes, no, I went through all my list. I think we pretty much play all the big modes. You guys play, let's say, the Rule mode. Do you guys play the Call of Warhammer mode? You guys have?
I haven't actually.
I
played
watched
those
the video
ones.
on it, but I've not played it.
Yeah,
Yeah, same with me.
Cyril Beliefs is doing the Warhammer one, which is
Yeah.
I've never been into the whole Warhammer lore and all that. Like, I just never got into it. But it looks crazy. It's so different too. It has like muskets and stuff, like really powerful muskets and stuff like that. But yeah, anyone played the Hyrule one and stuff like that? I think it's a Zelda, right?
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking you guys, because that's two modes I'm looking maybe into. I'm a Game Workshop. You know, I used to be a Game Workshop troll at mail order, so I know a lot about Game Workshop stuff. I travel the world actually with Games Workshop, so I'm really into. I want to try this mode. It's just that I have it. I can't get it to install properly with the Steam version.
Back to the Steam problem.
That's pretty much my story.
Like Humble Warrior.
Yeah, that's
Steam.
Damn, Steam.
Yeah, but it's not Steam. Steam's no. Well, I was about to say Steam's really fine, but in the last days it's not. But it's just there's a lot of mode just done for the retail version of the game. I mean, who buys CDs now? Who's buying CDs now?
SaphirePhoenix does.
No, the only I've had those discs for years. I've had them for years.
same.
That doesn't count.
The only one I have on disc is the original
Medieval in
Shogun.
like 2007 or 6 or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I've had them for at least 4 or 5 years, and the only discs I ever buy now are for my PS3. So I'm sure loads of people are going to be like, "Oh, PS3." Ooh.
Started
I don't like it
right
now.
here.
Would actually like to bring up one mod that I'm really looking forward to. It's not out yet, but it's currently in its alpha, and that's the Westeros mod for Medieval 2 Kingdoms, I think. Is it for Kingdoms?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
I can't
surely for
remember,
Kingdom.
but it's basically the Game of Thrones version of Total War. That looks absolutely amazing. I
Chris,
cannot wait for that to come out.
Chris can speak
Yeah, I
on
couldn't
that,
wait for it, so I started actually a Let's Play of a submod for it, which is like 1,000 years before Game of Thrones is set, and it's actually really good as well. If you can't wait for Westeros coming out, try that.
I mean, I already know which house I'm going to be anyway. I'm going to House Stark, but I think I think that it's just such an amazing series of books. I mean, the TV series is just as brilliant, and I think that the fact that someone has decided that a game needs to be made of this, I think it's an amazing idea, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
Definitely, I'm following that too. I'm following that too. It's just, it looks like it's gonna be really great. I don't want to go off subject with this, but did you guys try Broken Crescent? Because this is not a new mode.
Yeah,
it's
I tried
pretty
that.
old. Is it good?
Is it good?
Is it good? How long did you play
it's
for?
alright,
Did you
yeah.
play for a bit?
It's pretty good.
Because
I played for like 3 or 4 hours. I haven't gotten badge on it yet though.
Okay.
What is it for? Because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's
So
the first time I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's from
It's like in
Medieval
the
2,
Middle
isn't it?
East.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Middle East, isn't it? Yeah.
So what's it off though? What game is it modeled for?
Medieval 2 Total War.
Yeah.
And what is it like? Just the Crusades or?
Well, it's basically all the Middle East. So you have, if you get, well, most of you know what's the Middle East, but it's just it's just just around the Mediterranean. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. That's it. So, but it's just around that. It's pretty much. It's more. It's not just about the Crusade, but that's what it looks. That's what that's what I've seen right now. I haven't actually clicked to download it and install it, but it looks like there's some really great models in there. The battles look really cool. That's why I'm asking you guys if maybe you tried it. But definitely I'm going for Roma Serictum now. That's where I'm gonna spend my time. You guys have any other modes that I should maybe install that maybe some of you tried, or maybe You know,
Well,
some forgotten dark modes, you know?
Personally, one of my favorite mods at the moment is with Empire, other than the one I've started off with, the Darth mod, but the ACW mod. Dplex is
That's what
doing.
I've been looking at.
He did a let's play of that, and that's just an amazing mod. I think they've done it really well. Like they have all the. Now I didn't really get into the whole American Civil War history until I played the mod itself, and I looked at all the units that were really there, like all the companies and stuff, and they've done it really well. And there's massive units. You know, the artillery's been enhanced and all that, and even though it's using the older cannons than what they really would be using, they've changed, you know, the damage and all that. So it's just these massive line battles with, you know, these like just massive artillery fights, you know, going across, shooting across the map and stuff like that. And the cavalry units are massive. So if I had to say a mod for Empire, you know, just to change things up, other than, you know, just fighting through, yeah, even though you can fight in America and stuff like that, it's just a different type of fighting, I would say, for the ACW mod for Empire.
Can I just ask you a question about ACW? You know, have you encountered any problems with it? You know, because as we've said in this podcast earlier, that, you know, installing mods for Steam games is a very, very big problem. And looking in ACW mod,
Yeah.
you know, just want to see if there's any problems with it, or, you know, have anything being reported and stuff before I actually go ahead and download it.
Yeah. Well, the problem I had was that it was at the start. So when I had my Empire, I already had Darth mod on there, and I needed to clean install it. So that was a bit of an annoyance, because it's what, like 14 gigs, even more, and you have to download. So I had to clean install it, and then but now I have both running at the same time. I have the Darth mod, the newest version of the Darth mod, and the AC one. So you just got to like switch over. You know, you shut down the launcher, and then it allows you just to switch over seamlessly. But parts of the Darth mod is actually in ACW, so I think that what allows the easy transition. It uses the same files, but yeah, it works.
Okay.
I haven't since it's been on, like working, I haven't encountered a crash or anything like that. So
Oh, excellent.
yeah, it's awesome
Apart
game.
from the Great War mod, another mod that's not out yet, but I'm really looking forward to, is Dominion of the Sword. Have any of you heard of that? It's from Medieval.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's basically, I think it really slows down the campaign, because all the settlements, like there's loads of settlements that aren't in the game are just dotted everywhere. Like there's like probably like 20 or something like that of them in England, like made from the stone forts. But they're all going to customize all of them. It's like this massive mod, really. I can't believe you've not heard of it, but like they've got all the little towns and stuff, and it's insane. Like I don't know that much about it yet, but I've seen some of the like screenshots and things, and on the forums and things, and people talking about it, and it looks amazing, because I really want to try that.
So sorry, what's this mode again? I'm taking notes here.
Dominion of the Sword.
All right, I got
For
it.
Medieval.
All right.
Check out some of the screenshots of that.
You'll make sure to drop a link and stuff in the description. So
it seems a bit like Rome 2. You know how taking a little bit of the place instead of like capturing the whole region. It seems a bit like that. Like you could capture some of the castles and stuff in a region, but you might not be able to take the whole region.
That's awesome.
It seems like really, really cool. So you have loads of castles in some place, and really affect the region and get income from the castles. You'll get income. There's scripts, so you get income from the castles. So you could like take over. I don't know. It seems really, really cool, and more like how it would be in history. Like you take over some of the land, but not just take out the city, and you've automatically everyone's happy. You know.
Yeah. But what that just reminded me then was there was a mod started by, if any of you guys know him, TotalWar. On the TotalWar Center, he started one called I think it was War of the Gods, and it was a conversion of medieval TotalWar, like with all the Roman skins, you know, like all the soldiers and the thing, but just all converted into the medieval TotalWar 2 engine. They had some original screenshots. I'll see if I can find them, so you guys will probably see them up on the screens, but it looked absolutely amazing.
Alright,
you know, he had all this stuff going for it, but something's happened, and I think it got dropped from the TotalWar Center forums and stuff. It got banned or something. But, you know, controversy with all the moderators and stuff. But it looked amazing. It's disappointing that it's gone, because it's one of the things I was looking forward to. Because you know, while Rome Resurrectum is amazing, you know, it can tide you over until Rome Total War 2, but having it on the even better engine would just have been perfect, you know, because you want to get it as close as you can. And so yeah, go.
I was gonna say I despise the Medieval 2 engine. It's one engine I like out of all the Total Wars. I hate it. It just feels so clunky and just the pathing's annoying, and it's just that little rant. I don't like the Medieval 2 engine. I prefer Rome 1 engine even.
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm totally honest.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it had its problems, but you know, it's Australian
The game's
made,
still
so-
awesome, but I just dislike the engine.
Yeah, that's also, there's another one. I'm not sure, Chris, if you remember its name. Remember that one that's a conversion of Empire into the ancient wars or something like that. It converted the units. Well, if I can
I
find
can't
a
remember the one you're talking
description-
about.
I
I think that might have been discontinued as well. I'm not sure.
yeah.
I remember seeing screens of it, of just
Yeah.
Roman troops in the Empire engine.
Yeah, that's what.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it got discontinued though, so
Yeah.
a bit of disappointment.
It was like Hegemenon
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
that
Ancient
thing,
Wars.
yeah. Ancient,
I don't know how to pronounce it. Can't remember.
All right, well, we've spoken a lot about mods over that. There's a good in-depth detail about all the different mods you guys should try out and stuff like that. And all all be down in the description. So I think we should move on to, you know, what are you guys expecting Creative Assembly to do for Rome Total War in terms of modding? Now, one question I've always wanted to ask you guys would be, would you guys prefer them to deliver a basic vanilla version now? Like, we all know it's going to be a good game. That, you know, they're putting a lot of money into it. They've got a lot of people working on it. But would you prefer them to use this engine they have now, which is still a bit complicated for modders, as you've seen, you know, to do any conversions of it, or would you rather delay it and then have the ability to have like modding tools given to all the main modders?
I'd like to start on this. I don't think that, you know, with what's happening right now, I don't think that they'll give the modders the tools right away. They learn a lot here. They've been looking at the Total War Center and all the modes coming out. I think they'll be doing a game that try to include all the little things we like as much as possible. And I don't think we'll have a lot of modders that will be able to work on. They're not. I don't think Creative Assembly wants people to pop out another 100 modes for this Rome 2.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
but
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
I think that if they were, I don't think they would give the tools out like ColdMeat said, because as you said, they've been looking over the Total War Center. They've been learning from what people have been producing, and they've seen like, the popularity of things like Rome Resurrectum and Rome Total Realism or Rome Total Classy, whatever it is. You know, if they're taking those lessons and putting them into Rome 2, I don't think modders will have a lot to go on afterwards. I think, if anything, they'll probably just emphasize the game into maybe certain regions. So, you know, like maybe the Roman invasion of Britain or something like that. I don't think they're going to have a lot left to expand upon if they're taking all these lessons from all the previous mods.
That's very true, but the thing is, you know, you can always see that step, the first step they took with the modding, the map creator tool for Shogun 2 and the multiplayer maps. You create your own maps and stuff. Now, yeah, that's obviously not, doesn't contribute to the single player, but I'm sure that, you know, like right now they're holding a modder summit. They're calling all the, you know, the UK's top modders, and they're all bringing them together to have a giant meeting and to see what they can give back, and you know, how they can help to create better mods. Personally, like I agree with you guys totally that, you know, they've learned the lessons. You know, they have all these examples to pull, you know, inspiration from and stuff like that. And from what we've seen, like a lot of us would go, like right now, we would fork out the money just for what we've seen of these screenshots and, you know, and what these guys have said in interviews.
Oh, I was lucky enough because I went to Res. I was lucky enough to see gameplay of it back in, I think it was in July. They showed like 30 seconds of Carthage and it looked amazing, and I was lucky enough to see that, and it just it looks so good.
Jealous.
But yeah, just aren't you guys scared that they do something stupid with the campaign map? because we're seeing a lot of battle footage, we're seeing a lot of screenshot that's all about battles, but are they going to give us a campaign map as maybe as simple as Shogun 2? Because I like playing on the campaign map. I like playing on the campaign map. I like having details on it, a bit like we're doing in Stainless Steel, where we're talking about a bit earlier. I like having details on the campaign map because that's important. We're doing, we're doing a campaign, not just battles. It looks like they're going for something more, less campaign map, more battles. Like they want to bring everybody to fight, on PvP, more than playing on campaigns or playing single player.
I think that the reason why they're showing a lot of battles at the moment is because the battle is what the whole Total War series is famous for. It's what created this whole brand new, revolutionary series of strategy games on the PC. So I think that's why they're showing them first. But I don't think the campaign map is going to be simplified, because they've been saying how, like Eagle said in one of the other mods, that you can take several castles, and then you might not have the entire region. I think what they've been saying for Rome 2 is that there'll be one province, and there'll be the main capital of that province, but then there'll be sort of almost like counties of that province with their own little towns and things that you have to capture before you capture the entire province. There's going to be a lot more thought will need to be put into where you send your troops and how you conquer regions. I don't think necessarily there'll be less detail, but I think there probably will be some similarities, I reckon, though.
I'm just concerned because we all played Empire Total War. The campaign map was ridiculous. There's nothing on it. We played Shogun 2. Yeah, we played Napoleon. Napoleon is, sorry, but Napoleon is the worst. There's you got choice of 3 buildings and you got nothing else to do. It's too simplified. Shogun 2 is a bit of the same thing. It's disappointing on campaign map. There's not a lot of change. There's nothing complicated in it. I mean, people turn to other games for that.
I think that's where mods come in. Fill that spot. Like, if you try when you eventually try this Roma Surrectum mod, there is so many different things that can happen. An example is when you get to a new, when you capture a province outside of your own homelands. An example I have is when I captured Carthage. You have to build a specific building, which then allows you to build another 4 buildings, and all those different buildings do different things. Like, you can choose one which allows the people to basically govern themselves. Like, you're still there, you're still the owner, but it gives like the elders or whatever of that place, to govern themselves. Or you just take complete military command, or you do things, and they all then contribute to a tax cut, a tax bonus, and trade increase and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sure they've taken a look at that, and they've seen that, this is what people want. They took that chance on Shogun and Napoleon stuff to make it, simplify it, so more people could join. And I think they've seen that we're ready for a more complex and in-depth game.
I mean, I don't want my new game. I'm not by the way, I'm not bitching Creative Assembly, but I don't want my new game to turn into a Crusader King. It's an excellent game, but it's just a campaign map. There's no battles. I don't want this to turn into a Crusader King thing or Art of Irons kind of thing. I don't want to have to look at screen and control way too much stuff. But at the same time, I don't want to have another Napoleon Total War. That's too little. If you were looking to really do something, trying to organize and everything, I'm sorry, but Napoleon Total War, you have to mode it to be able to do that. You have to mode it.
I think what SaphirePhoenix brought up just before was that when you do have those little provinces, it has that split between, you can fight those little areas outside of the main capital of that province. You can fight in those areas, but to govern that area, you just need to click on that one building in the center, which then controls attacks and stuff like that. Another, little other things that they said is that you can completely put like a stranglehold around a castle by cutting off its provinces. They don't get food, they don't get all that. So instead of just sieging it, you now have to cut off its supply from the farms and the people providing the supplies and all that.
And they can always add the auto management thing for some of you guys that are not not a big fan of playing on the campaign map that just want to play battles, they should do an auto management thing that actually works. Because in the other Total War, if you unfortunately auto manage your settlements or anything else, it's just going chaos. It's not.
Yeah.
it's just honestly it's just going chaos. It's like, well, you put this on auto management, but your governors go to sleep and the farmer take control of everything and decide to build his own things. It's just it was pretty bad. So I hope for them that they have something on the campaign map, but also have something for some of you and me that are just fans of the battle thing.
The thing brings me to the auto manage. I'm sure we've all got crazy auto manage storage of the battles. One in particular I can remember. White Eagle and myself were doing a Napoleon co-op campaign, and I think he outnumbered the Spanish fleet. Yeah, no, he must have outnumbered the Spanish fleet. Like.
Yeah, they had like 3 trade ships and a decent general, and I had the entire British fleet, and I got defeated and 3 ships destroyed from clicking auto resolve, and I was like, and Marcus was laughing his head off, and I was it was a dark day.
Horrible auto managed.
But no,
really?
not on my side. Well, the auto resolve stuff. Yeah, I do use auto resolve if I have no chance to win. You know, if I have 1 boat against 10, I'll do an auto resolve and I might win. I won a couple of times like that. I don't know how that can happen, but I won a couple, battle with 1 or 2 units against 10 or 12 units. It's just that I think it's just a percentage kind of thing, and you're just lucky. But
I guess I rolled like 1 against 100 and then they're unlucky.
Here we go.
I was playing Rome 1, like I think it was about 2 months ago I was playing it, and I stuck a city on auto manage because it was one like off in Africa or like below Carthage, like around their area, and I was like, this is fine. But I started losing quite a bit of money, and I was trying to figure out where it all went, and I clicked on that settlement after like 50 turns or something, and there was just like a full stack of peasants and I was like, I don't remember ordering them, and then realised it was all on auto manage, so then I sent them off to die, and they went and died honourably for the Roman Empire.
So it's a good thing we're all really good Total War players, and we actually don't really auto resolve or auto manage anything. It always turns into there's some funny moments with auto management. I gotta say.
I'm not really sure why you would auto manage, because I think the fact that if you had manual management, I think you feel a lot more in control. Like, this is your campaign, this is your faction. Whereas if you auto resolve, you're like, I'm going to fight all the battles, but the computer is really going to be in control of the faction. It's just like, don't trust the PC. If you're able to beat the AI in battle, don't trust the AI with your own faction. It's just not going to work at all.
Manually looking after all your cities just allows you to shift focus, especially again back to the Rome Miscellaneous one, as you got to shift your economic needs to, especially with Rome. You got to fund these massive armies to fight on all fronts. You got to shift one city for 1 second is going to be your main city for like you're just pumping out soldiers after soldier. Then you're going to need to shift it, build farms and stuff like that, and you got to destroy things and bring it back up. But if you're auto manager and you just rely on it, you're waiting for the PC to make the right moves for you. So you don't really control it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, definitely. Wow. Did we talk a long time about modes here? That's crazy.
59 minutes. That's insane. Well, anything else you guys want to bring up? Anything you want to?
No.
Nope.
Nope, not on my side.
Something I just want to gloat about quickly. I was downloading Empire Total War off of Steam the other day, and my internet hit 24 megabytes a second download. It peaked. I've got the screenshot if no one believes me. I was extremely happy.
Put it up on the
with
screen.
My BT.
Everyone to see.
Because that was certainly amazing after coming back after 5 minutes and seeing it peak to that.
Alright, anyone have any specific Let's Plays they're doing at the moment that I'd like people to check out?
Alright, Alex, start on this. Who's gonna start?
Okay.
Yeah.
I can start.
Alex,
if you want.
start on this. Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys are interested in some third aid, kind of got an Isengard campaign going on. It's up episode 18. We're going on really well now. I've also got Empire Total United Provinces, and I've actually recently started both Shogun 2 the Samurai and Mass Effect 1. So if any of you guys are interested in those Let's Plays, come check out my channel.
So,
All right. All right. On my side, I'm just going to talk about modes because that's where we're here for and call about just Total War. I also have a third age campaign going on. I have Darth mode 8.1 on Rome Total War. I'm playing Carthage, so if you guys want to see some elephants in action, I know they're overpowered.
Just sounds dirty.
I know they're overpowered, but that's going to be a lot of fun anyway. Eventually, we'll have full stacks of just elephants moving around. Eventually, that's what I want to do. Elephants and cavalry, that's all I want. So we'll be doing that. And I'm playing Stainless Steel. I think a lot of you guys play Stainless Steel also. So I'm playing Stainless Steel, the Crusader States campaign, because it's really, you know, for the units that are in there, that everything's really attracting. I'm being assaulted crazy in Jerusalem by all kind of jihad coming left and right. So you guys should maybe watch because I think my campaign might end soon.
all right. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing. Sorry,
no,
I'm starting to talk.
Go, Karen.
Alright, cool. Right now I'm doing the Westeros campaign, King of Rivers and Hills, which is the 1,000 years before Game of Thrones. So check that out if you like Game of Thrones, and I might try and find out some of the lore of what happens, but I have a general idea from reading the books. And I'm also doing a Napoleon multiplayer campaign with Marcus. Yeah.
It's going swimmingly. Next up, Sentient. Do you have anything? Oh, don't die.
Yeah, I'm doing a stainless steel mod Norway campaign, and then I'm doing a charity campaign for Darth Mod and Empire Total War.
JackieFish.
Nice.
I'm currently doing I just started it yesterday, Road to Independence, which is the Empire main campaign thing, which is quite fun actually, surprisingly. I'm doing some third age. I'm playing Harad, so I'm just stacking a load of Mumakil together and just letting them run through all of Rohan's horsemen, and they don't stand a chance because Gondor are now pushed out of the way. So now it's on to the OP Rohan.
Alright,
I'm gonna go watch that for sure.
Me personally, I've just started a Austrian campaign as in the Empire, the latest version of the Darth mod. It's going horrible. Every single European nation has declared war on me for some reason. I don't know why they don't like me. For some reason, the Crimea declared war on me.
Because you're an Aussie.
The Crimeans declared war on me in the first couple turns. France, Prussia, Bavaria, all of them, they declared war on me, so I'm fighting it out right now. I'm also doing a stainless steel one in Scotland, and that's going really well. I just kicked the English out of Britain, and
did you quote Braveheart when you did it?
And then I'm about to invade Spain, so check that out. It's getting interesting there. And other than that, I think not much really. That's what I'm doing. So that's it for you guys. You don't want to say anything else? You're good.
No, but I want to go to the podcast.
For sure. So we leave you guys with a question. Any guys got specific questions you want to drop to the audience?
Yeah, sure. I want to know you guys. What's your number one mode on any Total War games? What's the mode, your number one mode you played, or that you're playing right now, or that you like, or maybe that you like watching? Let's say you're not playing modes, or maybe you're not playing Total War, but you like watching it. What's your number one mode? The one that you really like, or maybe one that you'd like to see. Maybe some of us are not playing. Which mode maybe you'd like to see? All right.
Awesome. So going along with that, also another question that I'll ask you guys is, what are you expecting? As we already went through that, we already said that personally we all think that Creative Assembly is going to nail the Rome Total War 2. But what are you guys expecting from Creative Assembly in terms of the accessibility to modding and stuff? But you know, thanks guys for joining us for this really long podcast. You know, it was awesome. We all got our opinions out and everything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So you know, check out everyone's channel. It'll all be down in the description. All the links to the mods we spoke about today will be down in the description as well. You know, not much more to say than that.
Hey Marcus, that was a good podcast. Thank you for inviting me.
It's awesome.
Yes,
thanks very much.
Thanks for you guys for joining
yes.
us. I'm sure some of you guys will be back for the next podcast, as this will be a continuing thing. There is no set schedule, so if you guys panic and stuff, don't worry, it hasn't just closed down. There's no set schedule. As if you haven't noticed, this is like a really global type thing. We're all from different countries, so it's hard to get a specific time done. It's nearly 5 a.m. here, so the sun's about to.
Yeah, because you're listening to Total War players all around the world right now. I'm in Canada. Alex is in the UK. Yep. Marcus, you're in Australia. Where are you guys from? White Cole, Sintin, Jackie?
I'm from Scotland.
Yeah, I'm from England.
All right, so it's all over it's all around the planet right now, and you're watching the Total War podcast on YouTube and probably on the net. I know Marcus talked to me. He's gonna set us up on Google Plus also, and on Facebook. So if you guys want to join, and they might maybe not have a link right now into it, but this is definitely coming over the next couple of weeks. So if you guys want to follow on the other networks, you are welcome.
Thanks guys for joining us. Mr. Mate out.